The monarchy is supposed to be built on a simple idea: blood is thicker than water. But what happens when that very bond threatens the survival of the crown itself? For decades, the royal family has weathered storms by closing ranks and putting on a united front. The scandal surrounding the man formerly known as Prince Andrew, however, is a wound that refuses to heal. And now, it's festering, forcing King Charles to make a choice few could have imagined. This isn't just about a disgraced royal anymore. It's about his daughters, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, and the huge, perhaps impossible, question of their place in a modern monarchy. The institution is facing a ticking time bomb, a crisis of character that threatens to unravel public trust. Recent reports, swirling with an intensity that has shaken palace walls, suggest King Charles has been forced into a painful decision. The tabloids are buzzing with claims that he is effectively casting his own nieces into the royal wilderness to protect the crown. With sensational headlines alleging Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie are banned from the royal family's most cherished summer gathering and their father's legal trouble spiraling, the question is no longer just about Andrew. It's about the collateral damage and whether the monarchy's reputation can survive a scandal that just won't die. The opening salvo in this brutal new chapter was a rumor that struck at the very heart of royal tradition. Citing anonymous palace sources, outlets like the Mail on Sunday and GB News claimed Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie were told they can't join senior royals in the carriage procession at Royal Ascot. For anyone who follows the royals, the weight of this alleged ban is immense. Ascot isn't just a horse race. It's the pinnacle of the royal summer season, a spectacle of tradition. To be excluded from the procession is a very public sidelining. According to these unconfirmed reports, the decision left the sisters stunned. One source told the Daily Mail that Beatrice was completely blindsided by the news. But the rumored restrictions don't stop there. In the swirl of speculation, it's also been reported that Prince William advised senior royals against being photographed with his cousins. If true, this would amount to a palace-wide deep freeze, a calculated move to create visual distance and ensure the taint of the Epstein scandal doesn't spread to the future of the monarchy. William and Catherine, the Prince and Princess of Wales. Commentators have framed these alleged measures as a stark departure from King Charles's previously supportive stance and part of a wider decision to exclude the princesses from all public-facing events. While Buckingham Palace has offered no official confirmation, the sheer volume of coordinated reports hints at a carefully managed leak, designed to test public opinion and send a clear message. The firm is closing ranks, and the Yorks are on the outside. To understand why the king might be forced into such a drastic position, we have to look at the event that changed everything: the arrest of his brother. The world watched as Thames Valley Police confirmed on February 19, 2026, that a man in his 60s had been arrested at the Sandringham estate in Norfolk on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Though not officially named in the initial police statement, royal sources quickly confirmed it was Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew. He was later released under investigation, but the damage was done. An arrest, even without a charge, shattered the last remnants of royal protection. The scandal had moved from civil lawsuits and media exposés into a criminal investigation. This was the climax of a slow and humiliating fall. It followed his eviction from Royal Lodge and the gutting of his royal identity, as he was formally stripped of all his titles, including Prince and His Royal Highness. Andrew, the man once seen as a war hero and the Queen's favorite son, became a pariah. He is currently 8th in the line of succession, a constitutional position that itself is now under intense debate. But his downfall created a vacuum, and it's his daughters, Princess Beatrice, 9th in line, and Princess Eugenie, 10th, who are being pulled into the void. For years, they were seen as blameless, caught in the crossfire of their father's disastrous choices. But the arrest changed the calculus. The association is now seen by some as toxic by association, and the institution, under King Charles, has seemingly decided the risk of contagion is just too high. The catalyst for Andrew's arrest and the subsequent fallout for his daughters was the long-awaited release of new documents from the Jeffrey Epstein case. The investigation that led to his arrest is reportedly focused on his time as the UK's Special Representative for International Trade and Investment, with authorities looking into allegations that he may have used his position to share sensitive information. While the new documents reiterated many known connections, they also dragged the wider York family deeper into the mire through association. Emails revealed that Sarah Ferguson had referred to Epstein as the brother I have always wished for and mentioned taking her girls to lunch with him. Though there is no suggestion of any wrongdoing by the princesses, their presence during this period has raised uncomfortable questions. Sources close to the sisters told reporters they were aghast and mortified by the embarrassing new details about their parents' closeness to Epstein. The reputational damage is already becoming clear. Princess Eugenie recently stepped down from her role as patron of Anti-Slavery International. While no official reason tied the decision directly to the scandal, the timing was unmistakable. To be the face of a charity fighting modern slavery, while her family name is so closely linked to a convicted sex trafficker, likely became an untenable contradiction. It was the first clear sign that the Epstein connection was not just a problem for their father, but a direct threat to the princess's own public work. Perhaps the most troubling aspect of this drama, according to the narrative pushed by anonymous palace insiders, is the alleged mindset of the princesses themselves. The recurring theme in tabloid reports is that Beatrice and Eugenie are in denial about the seriousness of the crisis. They are portrayed as loyal daughters, unable or unwilling to accept the toxicity that now surrounds their father and, by extension, themselves. This perception of denial is allegedly what has forced King Charles' hand. An institution, after all, can't protect individuals who won't protect themselves. Under the late Queen Elizabeth II, the instinct was to protect the family. Now, under King Charles, the primary instinct is to protect the institution itself. If the sisters are seen as incapable of grasping the political reality of the situation, then decisions will be made for them. The reported claim of Beatrice being blindsided by the Ascot news speaks to this alleged disconnect. It suggests she didn't see it coming, that she might have still believed her status as a blood princess would grant her immunity. This reported naivety is precisely what the pragmatic, 77-year-old king cannot afford. It's a deeply human tragedy playing out on a global stage. Two women are watching their world crumble, caught between a father they love and a crown they must serve. This brings us to the man at the center of it all, King Charles III. He has long advocated for a slimmed-down monarchy focused on the direct line of succession. This crisis, in a grim way, serves that strategic purpose. However, it also forces him into the unenviable position of publicly sanctioning his own family. Charles has, in the past, shown great affection for his nieces. He was seen as a stabilizing figure in their lives. But a king's first duty is to the crown. Andrew's arrest has been described as a nightmare for the palace. Public opinion is hardening, and the king knows that any hint of protecting Andrew or those closely associated with him could be catastrophic. His reported actions, therefore, are being framed as a painful but necessary gambit. The alleged Ascot ban is not a personal attack, but a cold, calculated move to build a firewall around the working core of the royal family: himself, Queen Camilla, and the Prince and Princess of Wales. William's reported tough stance is key. As heir, his primary concern is the long-term health of the monarchy he will one day lead. There is even growing chatter about the ultimate sanction. Led by nations like Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, some Commonwealth realms have called for Andrew to be removed from the line of succession entirely. While this would require a complex act of parliament, the fact that it's being discussed at all reveals the severity of the crisis. The king is in damage control mode, and every decision is being weighed against a single question: does this protect or endanger the future of the crown? This situation is evolving rapidly, and it raises big questions about the monarchy today. Is it a family or a business? When those two things conflict, which one should win? The decisions being made right now will shape the royal family for generations. We want to know what you think. Is King Charles right to allegedly sideline his nieces? Or are Beatrice and Eugenie innocent victims in a scandal not of their making? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to stay up to date on this and all other royal news, make sure to subscribe and like this video. The story of Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie is a modern royal tragedy. They are trapped by birth and by blood, tied to a scandal that threatens their past, present, and future. The allegations of an Ascot ban and a photo blackout paint a picture of a family in crisis and a king forced to make an impossible choice. As the legal case against their father proceeds, the princesses find themselves in an increasingly precarious position. Whether they are truly in denial or simply paralyzed by circumstance, one thing is clear: the protective walls of the palace are no longer standing for the House of York. They are now on the outside looking in, and the future of their royal roles has never been more uncertain. The crown must protect itself, even if it means sacrificing its own.